patriotic approach as usual by Tommy Morrison. If nothing else, wins a few fans. Round one, scheduled 12-rounder left by Morrison, too high. To let Tommy Morrison know he's in with the best fighter he's ever fought. I am telling you, Morrison throws a big bag of wheat. We are 5 rows back, and I'm feeling it from here. He said he's a better fighter now. And Foreman made a mistake, lunged in, didn't throw a punch, and Morrison makes him pay for it. Morrison wins the first. He pretty much knows every trick in the bag. So here we go, round two. Foreman, white trunks, takes a big left. Morrison saying midweek, hey, I'm a different fighter. I'm not a one-dimensional slugger. He comes out of the clinch with a left that partially lands. And you could see Morrison breathing heavily. Foreman just... Oh, a big right by Morrison. Not a big right. Under a minute in the second. And Morrison comes back, pushes George off with a left and a right, then another left. All landed unsolidly. Morrison doing almost all the work at this point, and that's what Foreman said. He was going to let him work his way out. A right uppercut hits Morrison, and then George leans into him. Comes with another big right. Morrison's ready for the challenge. Fakes and flints will keep George off of you, and a fake will keep you away from Morrison. George will just lean on you. He's been able to do that with most guys, but you can't get that close to Morrison. The end of the round should be interesting. A combination of Foreman's experience and Morrison's fatigue. Tommy's come back with vengeance. A little more aggressive round for Morrison, but Tommy held up well. Actual fight, but the aerial view gives you a better look at it. Foreman gets tagged when he comes out. Marches right into a right from Morrison. Foreman more aggressive. We didn't hear his corner. They apparently told him to go right after it. He landed a right, Morrison a left. Marquee punches for both fighters. Morrison a straight left, George a straight left of his own. Second, Morrison's mouthpiece came out. He looked down after more of a slap. Couple of rights by Foreman. Morrison comes out of it, goes swinging, and swinging big. Morrison hit and hit hard again. Mills Lane seemingly a foot smaller than either fighter. A left by Morrison, almost to the ear of Foreman. Morrison leaned in with a right hand. Foreman a little puffiness over his right eye. Oh, big right by George, and Morrison comes out swinging. George went low, and Morrison clobbered him with a left. George came back with a right. Morrison lands with a big right. Seemingly didn't hurt Foreman, who comes back with a left of his own. Foreman turned his back on him. Leaning a little more, that is dangerous. He's leaning into George a little more. I said earlier, it's the 5th and 6th where he loses some of his strength. 10 seconds left in the round. The round's over. In the last couple of rounds, they're leaning toward the end of it. The minute mark to go. Nice left by Morrison. Lands clean. He sprays sweat everywhere. doubling with a right, a rarity for Foreman. Usually a single puncher. Good jab, follows with a right. That's about the extent of any Foreman combination. George with those long arms just keeps you at bay. Although Morrison much more movement. And Foreman's jab, though always effective, isn't deterring Morrison's effort. Oh, a right by Morrison, or make it Foreman, almost staggered himself, and Tommy comes back with it. Angelo Dundee telling Foreman the jab is everything. Those are some of Foreman's 10 seconds left in the round. Morrison overreaches, then comes back with a punishing right hand, follows with a left jab. Round's over. It would be a stunner, to put it mildly, if it went 12. Foreman lands a good punch. Morrison, wild, missed both times. Not a good sign. Then he lands with a right. Foreman lands with a left and a right.
What combination? Inside.
That right hand by Morrison that connected, but undaunted, Foreman came right back. Foreman's corner furious, livid at Mills Lane for that last low blow warning. Here we go. 7th round, a busy one. Foreman getting to Morrison. Heavy-handed, hurting him. Tommy moves out of the way. He said he's a better fighter, not a one-dimensional fighter. He can do more than slug. Foreman lands a good right, hurt Morrison. Morrison's taking an uppercut. Both land with the left. Feet on the side of his face. Just a big, heavy right. Morrison kind of trying to refit his glove.
All right, George, get him up.
With the right.
Let's go, come on.
Yelling at him to get him up. And Foreman nodding. Very aware, very composed of where he's at. 45 gone in the 8th. Heavy-handed Foreman throwing a variety of punches. Morrison really never took a big shot more than an elbow from Foreman. That'll work. We'll probably get a look at that low blow again. Illustration of the power he's trying to get. Bringing everything he has. Triples up on the left. Morrison with a slow right and almost got 10 with a left. He's faking and flinching better than before. Listening to his corner. WBO heavyweight championship, 12 rounds. Nice left by Morrison, his best punch in 2 rounds. And everything was speed and get out when you feel heat. George missed with a left, followed with a right and missed again. Here comes Morrison, a couple huge punches, the left just landed. Speed's never been his forte. Power always has been. Nice uppercut. Foreman just not throwing that many punches, really. Doing more leaning than punches. Evenly split. Strong convictions on both sides. Many loving the youth of Morrison, especially in these later rounds. He just never threw it. He hasn't thrown it much tonight. That's been the story for Foreman.
Making tall.
Really emphasizing speed in Tommy's corner. Out of the break. That's about the extent of George's punches tonight. He hit him in the back. Morrison's hurt a little bit. Foreman's going after him. Tommy lands a right. He wanted the fight stop. Mills Lane would have nothing to do with it. Morrison extends in the right, doesn't land cleanly. George with a couple of rights of his own. Morrison ducks out of the way and lands a right. Morrison clearly tired. Nice right. Ooh, and Foreman's better punches of the night. Those body shots of George wearing on him. He comes out of a clinch with a big left.
It's going to cost him a point. It's going to cost him.
Angelo Dundee screaming at Mills Lane, saying, "You're not a good referee." Foreman missed wildly. Rounds over. 20 years younger, but nonetheless tired. Morrison's got his work cut out for him to protect a small lead. Morrison to this point holding true to his prediction that he is a better fighter, a little more savvy, a little brighter in the ring. That's been Morrison's best punch tonight, breaking out of the clinch with a big left. Foreman was low, but it didn't connect. Foreman landed a straight jab that's done little tonight. Foreman knows this is a close fight. Though he probably doesn't feel he has to knock him out to win. Morrison's right, a good punch, follows with a left. George bent Morrison's neck back with a left. Right eye, a little more. Morrison, just a few bumps. Foreman chance go up and Morrison stops him.